Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Immaculate. I make videos from Lagos, Nigeria. If it's your first time here, thank you for stopping by. So today guys, I will be sharing with you 5 tips on how to start your YouTube channel. With my own personal experience of being a YouTube content creator, I have been able to come up with this list. On YouTube, there are thousands and thousands and millions of tips on how to start your YouTube. They are no perfect. They are not perfect, okay? Don't stress yourself. Let's dive into this clip. So today, the first one, you notice I'm going to be looking down because I've got these 2 items, which we'll be talking about as we progress. So the first on my list is, what are your interests? You as a YouTube creator, as a YouTube content creator, great. You need to first of all ask yourself what your interests are. Trust me, there are people who also have same interest as you. The only difference is how you put these things out there for people to see, for people to learn. Don't be afraid that people will not resonate with what your content are or what you are about here on YouTube. As an individual, you need to put that first. Then every other thing will follow. Just don't be afraid. You need to itemize it. First, what are your interests? List out those interests. If you feel like you're going to forget, if you're not one of those people who, once they get an idea, they just go ahead and film, write it down. That's why you need a diary. Okay? The second thing on my list, your niche will find you. A lot of YouTubers would say that you need to know the audience your content will be for, but I say that your niche will find you, your audience will find you, your content will speak for itself. And those who feel like, oh, this content is actually for me, they will get on your page. If they want to subscribe, they will subscribe. Some people don't necessarily subscribe, but they know the name of your channel and they will always come back. And that's how your views just keep skyrocketing. People keep sharing your content. Your audience, your niche will find you, the age bracket. Don't worry about all that. Just make sure that you are in line with all the guidelines of YouTube. Okay? This is no way perfect. This is not in any way a perfect list, okay? But if it works for you, why not? Just go with it, okay? I am no expert in this. The third on my list is just start with what you have. And the most startup kit I would ever, or the simplest startup kit is your phone. This goes a long way. It doesn't have to be the latest iPhone, the latest Samsung phone, the latest techno phone, and the likes. Just start with what you have. I personally, as a YouTube content creator, I started off using my iPhone 5. I went from iPhone 5, iPhone 5S, I didn't use 6, I don't think there's a 6, and I went to iPhone 7S, and I've just been using my phone. For me as a content creator, most times I don't script, I don't write out the topics, I just record. Yes, it comes easy for some of us, but for some people it doesn't. For some people you need a lot of planning. And if you're that kind of person that needs a lot of planning for your YouTube content, take your time, no rush, but just make sure you start. Just make sure you start with what you have, your phone and a diary. And don't forget your pen. I, as a YouTube content creator, When I have an idea, I don't wait. I take out my phone and I just start filming. Sometimes I don't film. Sometimes I just go on my note on my phone and I just start writing what has come to my mind. Then over time, I go over it. Sometimes I don't. I still come back to it because this is because as a creator, sometimes we lose that headspace of creativity. It's like writer's block. For those who don't know what writer's block is, like people who write books, right? Sometimes they have a block and they can't move from where they are, so they need to go back, find ways to get inspired again and come back to writing. So sometimes that happens to me, a lot of times actually. Yeah, so just start with what you have. Okay, you don't need the perfect background, you don't need the perfect studio. Look, you can just be on the bus, you can be on a bike, you can be in the farm, you can be at the swimming pool, you can be at a gathering, you can be in church, you can just finish praying from the mosque, whatever, wherever. Just start with what you have. Do not let people put so much pressure on you, or don't allow the videos or content rather you see on YouTube. They tell you, oh, do this, do that, blah blah blah. My brother, my sister, you no need to follow all those things. Yes, it's you want to have like nice background, but sometimes when you dey pursue nice, you dey pursue perfection. You don't need to follow perfection. Don't chase it, rather. Don't chase perfection. Instead, live in your reality. Embrace your progress. Everything is a progress. Everything is a process. Okay, it's all a process, and your process will take you somewhere. Which brings me back to the other tip I had said. Your niche will find you. Okay, all you just need to do is put in the work with what you have, okay. And the fourth tip is use a mirror. If you're someone who needs to be in a space, a quiet space, and you're shy, yes, it's difficult to look straight into the camera and talk. For some people, it comes easy. For some people, it doesn't come easy. So if you're one of those people who it doesn't come easy for, use a mirror. I think a few years ago, I stumbled on Sisi Yemi's content about using a mirror. Okay, and it's been really helpful. When you use a mirror, when you talk, you can see your reflection. It's just behind your camera while you are, facing your camera lens. And a lot of you actually don't need a lot of practice to focus directly in your camera lens. So if you're struggling with focusing in your camera lens, having a mirror in front of you is a good way to practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. When I saw that YouTube content of Sisi Yemi years ago, I did practice. It was a struggle. I think I also did film something about it, but it was a struggle. I will try and see if I still have that content, and I'll put the link below. So let's move on. The fifth one is do not go for perfection but progress. Progress is starting, progress is filming, progress and putting in the work is not being shy, not being afraid. Yes, the streets of YouTube, you have people who are, some people are not positive. You get a lot of backlash, you get a lot of questioning. You have people whose opinions do not resonate with you, or their opinions do not resonate, whichever, you understand what I mean. English, yeah, okay, thank you. So, but you need to put in that effort. Go with the flow. Don't get pressurized. Practice. If you need time to practice, that's fine. You can even ask a friend, your mom, your sister, boyfriend, dad, to be your audience. If you feel comfortable, right, you can get someone to sit in front of you or behind you or by your side to just sit there and listen to what you talk about. And there are no rules to these things. Absolutely no rules. For me, these are the things I have been doing. And I don't think people should put so much pressure. Yes, you want to save up for your light. You want to save up for nice background aesthetics and all that stuff. Me, see me now behind my bookshelf. And I'm still going to be messing about with this background. So why not? Sometimes I go out, I film. It's not easy actually filming on the go because you need to be careful. Make person no go pick your pocket. For some people, people steal stuff. You don't want that to happen to you. You don't want accidents to happen. But the most important thing is embrace your progress. Don't go for perfection. Just do you. And just to add up to these 5 tips on how to start your YouTube channel, you also need to research. Researching is putting in the work. Go on YouTube. Whatever you think about, type it. YouTube search will give you different options. How to create YouTube videos. You will see different options. If you don't want to go on YouTube directly, go on Google. Google will bring you so many options. Of course, Google are the owner of YouTube. Yeah, okay. So just play around it and be creative. Come up with your own ideas. Sometimes you lose inspiration, right? And you don't know what to talk about. You don't have any idea whatsoever on content to put out. The moment you start researching, you start having like ideas start coming to you, and just be yourself and go ahead, put out the content. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. Please do remember to share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification.